you're welcome to the Weekend Live showing nowadays on Saturday afternoon. Good afternoon from Nigeria. Good afternoon wherever you're watching us from the part of the world. Good morning for our US or some part of UK viewer. It is the Weekend Live show. Now, before we start, I want to wish the 144,000 virgins happy 30th anniversary. We had a time or a moment with the 144,000 virgins in the hall during their morning devotion as they are flagging off today, their grand finale, okay? And the morning devotion featured some beautiful anthem. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did. I hope you had a wonderful time with the white and yellow brethren of members or children in the new kingdom of God. Now it is Weekend Live, okay? Coming to the trending topics. We talk about topics that matters a whole lot, and also featuring some fellowship members, body members, and all of that. You know what this program is all about. Sometimes we argue a lot here, sometimes we discuss, sometimes we talk to ourselves. But in general, Weekend Life is a self-opinion program. That is, you are entitled to your own opinion, okay? Whatever you say is your opinion. Just give your opinion, your view, based on the topic of discourse we have for you today. My name is Emidiel Omayo, and just like I've said the previous episode on the Weekend Live show, I have promised that, or I have told you that we'll be featuring different people, different faces, because of the August Pentecostal period that we've decided to take another shape. So today on Weekend Live show is not Joy Dambo, it's not Aja Charles, but no other. In fact, this episode is going to be our first ever episode with us, okay? Today's episode will be featuring Sister Ruth Obo, aka Authentic Ruth. Good afternoon, Ruth. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fine. How are you all doing? I'm sure this is the first time you are seeing me here. This is the first time I'm appearing on this program, Weekend Live.
Okay. So how are you? How do you feel? Because I know
I feel good.
Okay.
I feel very, very energetic.
Oh.
I'm fine.
Okay. So let me just give you a little brief, okay? On the show, we bring our topic, we talk about some topic, we argue, give the pro, the cons, reasons, we talk about some sensitive issues, we receive phone calls, we read commentaries and all of that. It's just like an interactive segment. And I know we're going to have fun with you today. Promise
Sure.
us?
I promise.
Okay, today on the show, we are going to also be featuring fellowship bodies. We have the Youth Fellowship representatives standing by. So we are all youth now. Nobody they grow old now for the kingdom. Everybody's a youth, okay? So I will urge you to stand by because we'll be bringing them live on the show. We'll talk about some sensitive stuff that has to do with the youth. So many things that is bothering us. So nowadays, because of this period is a very hard period. So many things, they worry us this period. So we're going to talk about all those topics. Now, the first one, because this week too, we're supposed to be featuring the Children's Fellowship. Yeah. So I don't know if they're here, but if they're here, we will talk to them. But if you're not, we'll talk to the children out there. So the topic will cut across the children and the youth and the parents. So let me target parents and their little ones. Okay, so we're going to be talking about what is the best way of training a child, and also what I really love about today's topic is we're going to talk about the weirdest thing our African parents do that is just so questionable. The weirdest thing they do, growing up as an African child, we've experience, we've had so many weird experiences.
I have my own experience. I think I have more than 10 to share.
Okay, give us one. What is the weirdest experience?
Okay, number one is sitting right beside what you want your child to carry, and then your child is not around at the moment. You call your child out playing to come and pick something very close to you. Like, Ruth, come and get this thing for me. Mm-hmm. And you'll be like, whoa, this thing is so close to you. And because you're a child, you can't say anything. You'll be like, okay, you just go and pick it up. But
I don't know if we're to call that laziness, because for example, maybe salt or a TV remote.
Yeah.
A TV remote is just beside
Or
most
it's
on the mom.
On the
the
table.
mom likes doing this. Yeah. It's the mom category. A TV remote to be beside you, and you rather prefer to call us. Maybe our room is upstairs, or we're standing or playing outside, and you prefer to call us from outside to come and pick up the remote. That is just
it's very weird.
You just need to stretch your hand. So that is like one of the weirdest thing an African parent does. Then my other weirdest thing an African parent does is growing up as a female child. To say, stay away from boys, stay away from boys, stay away from boys. From your secondary school to your tertiary university and all that, stay away from boys. But by the time you're done with school, at that age of 25, they'll start asking you, where's our husband? I mean, come on, you asked us to stay away from boys.
You asked us to stay away, so why should we go close to them? I remember back in those days, my dad would always tell myself and my sister, stay away from guys. Okay. I'm going to tell you how to know a witch. Any guy that calls you out to a corner to tell you I love you is a witch.
Oh my God!
Such a person.
Okay, growing up as this is you can call us and tell us what's the weirdest thing your parent has ever done to you. Now, stay away from boys. How do your parents tell you to stay away from boys? How do they tell you?
That's what I'm saying. My dad would say, any guy that calls you out to a corner to say I love you, I love this, and just know that such a person is a witch. Stay away from such a person.
Okay, anybody that says I love you is a witch.
Yeah, any guy that says I love you is a witch. Stay away from such a person.
Oh my God.
That's my dad. And then my mom will come out plain, but first she would ask you if you know how much baby's bath is being sold. All those stuff. And she will name everything. Do you know how much they're selling it?
And if it's an Ibibio woman, she says it's an Ibibio. Yeah. Many who found say, what is it called bath? What is it called bath?
Baby's bath.
Yeah, let's call it Ibibio. How is it called Ibibio?
I don't know.
Many who found whatever. That is, do you know how much the bathing suits cost? Or maybe many who found say Nidia. And how does it call baby?
Ayen.
When you agree for Nidia Kurwa. And that's, you know how much a baby's milk costs. You understand? Yeah, so they try threatening you and all that. Then another one is maybe when you want to introduce your opposite gender to your parents. For example, now as a female child, you want to introduce a male gender as a friend to your parents. What they are seeing is pregnancy.
I'm telling you, the first thing that pops in is pregnancy.
They'll be like, when you'll be like asking you some weird question. We'll be like, okay, mom, this is my friend. His name is Frederick. And then the mom will be like looking at Frederick with one evil eye. And what she's saying is,
if she's the type that wears glasses, she'll just drag it down and access the Felix very well. Felix, are you truly a friend or more than a friend?
And they start asking a weird question: where are you from? What do you do? And all that. I don't know why African parents do this weird stuff. I don't know. And then another one is discipline. An African parent would rather prefer to discipline his own child by himself than a teacher. You understand? Because I've had some incidents like when growing up in primary school, when you feel maybe when you have maybe a teacher trying to discipline you and then she'll flog you and flog you. By the time we come back home crying, my dad will be angry. You will go to school and tell me, I want the teacher never touch my child again. But come and see my dad when he wants to flog me. He's even worse than the teacher's flog himself. Why? I don't understand.
That's how it is. That's how it is.
So today we're going to be talking about those weirdest things African parents do. We'll have some guests on the show. So we'll ask them some of this question. I don't know if there's an answer to most of this thing or they just like enjoying doing the thing. I don't know.
They are all parents. So
parents is how you people enjoy tormenting us as you're growing up. And then secondly is what way can you term the best way of training a child? Is it locking up the child, staying away from friends? Every time she comes back, she's always indoors reading and all that. You have to read your books. Don't go out. Don't stay away from friends. Don't socialize. You're a good child. You have to bathe in the morning. Read your book when you come back. Read anytime. Read your Bible. Or you have some time out with your friends and all that. as a girl child growing up, it's advisable to share your secrets. In fact,
share with
another weird thing African parents do is they'll say, talk to me, what's the problem? Talk to me. But by the time you open up to talk to them, they'll start judging you.
And then they'll make you regret ever sharing your secrets.
Why?
But it's not same with all the parents.
Okay.
Some kids actually have their parents as their best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen some friends like that. Their parents, especially their mom, is their best friend. They'll go to her, tell her everything, and then she, as a mom, she has this gift of absorbing the anger and everything. Even if she tells you, oh, someone approached me, and such moms, Father has blessed them with shock absorber and anger absorber. They'll absorb it and then bring it out slowly and tell you, my daughter.
Okay.
What you said is not bad, but please stay away from this person. I'm not saying don't do this, but stay away from it. It's not yet time. How old are you? You are under 18.
Captain will judge you.
I'm telling you. I will even ask you to take her to the person's house. And then, no goodness. Very weird.
This thing is always very funny. Why is that whenever we have a fight outside school, I will come back to report to our parents. They'll ask us, come and show us the person that beat you. And they'll drag you to that house to fight your battle. Anyway, those are like nice
or
stuff.
Or if the person is staying very far away from their home, the first thing they'll ask you, they'll say is, I hope you dealt with the person very well. I hope you dealt with the person. If you did not deal with the person, I'm going to deal with you here. Now tell me, did you deal with the person? And then out of fear, the child will be like, yes. Even
And then another thing an African parent does that is so weird is you clean up the house, you do all the cleaning, but your mom will always spot. There'll always be something. She'll come inspect the chairs, inspect the look under, and then she'll be like, you did not do this. They must give you must be doing. And once you wake up from your morning sleep, in fact, why is it that our home is always dormitory? You cannot sleep past 6 o'clock. You must wake up 5 o'clock.
And start
you must
doing
start
your chores.
You must not even rest. You must do your chores till when the day is gone. Because by the time you say, okay, mommy, I've washed the dishes, I've cleaned the dishes, but did you go upstairs? Did you clean daddy's room? Yes, mommy. Did you wash the kitchen? Yes, mommy. Did you they must give you something to do.
But it's not all the parents. Like, I would use my own mom as a case study here. She would always say, do everything. Anybody that waits for her parent to send her, do this, that such a person is not always healthy, you get.
Yeah.
So do what you know is right. Do this, do that. And when I come back, I'll not disturb you. When I see you are reading, I'll not disturb you. And it's true. And there was a time I decided to try it out, Okay. I came back from school. I did all the chores that was left in the morning before I left. When she came back, she accessed everything. And then I was just, looking at her with my, waiting for her to say, Ruth, come here. But she never called. She just looked at me and saw that I was reading, and then saw that everything was properly done. And then she allowed me. But one thing that they won't stop is for them to call you. You are reading outside or you're playing outside.
Yeah.
They'll call you from outside. What they actually want is outside. They'll call you in and then ask you to go outside and get it. That's very weird. I'm not sure they will ever stop that. They will call you, come. For example, the remote is in the room. Maybe you took it to the room mistakenly. And then they know that you are
Or maybe you want to get her handbag and you're in her room.
You're in her room.
She'll call you first.
Come and get that.
Go back and get. Mom, why didn't you just tell me you wanted to get a handbag?
Or just say, Ruth, go get the handbag. So that wherever you are in the house, you just go straight and bring the handbag. But they'll call you first to come and answer presents before you go back.
Why do our parents do this thing? And things can never finish in the house. If toothpaste is finished, the size little to hair, there's toothpaste inside. Continue. If hand wash,
learn how to manage.
Cream is finished, they put water, shake it. They scream. Why do we do all these things? So it's so weird. And whenever you have malaria, don't dare throw up in an African home as a female child. I'm very sure Nollywood movie has made that clear that you cannot throw up. Maybe you're having malaria, or maybe you have.
As a girl child.
Mom may ask you why is your eye this?
Come close.
Don't open your eyes. Why did it take pregnancy?
I don't know. Even up to now, I don't know that they'll open your eyes. You know, and ask you a few questions. How are you feeling?
And sometimes it's always accurate though.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, all African parents are like automatic nurse. You can detect pregnancy by men opening eye and checking. What are they checking?
I don't know.
So those are the weirdest thing we'll be talking about, okay? And you know, we talk about what's the best way of training a child. You know, is it the indoor or the outdoor? In your own understanding, what's the best way to train a child? Our phone line is open. You can call us. Let us have your own opinion. You know, Weekend Life is your self-opinion. Have your opinion, share it to the world, just like we've shared our own story to you. I'm very sure you out there, you have your own weirdest experience growing up as an African child. We'll go on a break. When we are back, we have a youth fellowship representative that we're going to talk to today. So don't go nowhere. You're still watching the Weekend Live show on Starcross Television.
Would you be interested in a practical way to integrate your belief into your daily routine? You would? Well, we got you. My name is Celeste. I'd like to think I'm a very practical person but still struggle to weave my belief into my daily routine, but not anymore. Starcross Television is BCS flagship station broadcasting from our world headquarters in Calabar, Cross River State of Nigeria. Our YouTube channel offers a variety of content that inspire, enlighten, and empower, and we post every day. So, be practical about what you believe, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to stay connected on the go. Do it now.
I stand upon the Supreme Temple site in the power and authority of the sole spiritual head of the universe to speak to all the forces in the universe.
Would you be interested in a practical way to integrate your belief into your daily routine? You would? Well, we got you. My name is Celeste. I'd like to think I'm a very practical person but still struggle to weave my belief into my daily routine, but not anymore. Starcross Television is BCS flagship station broadcasting from our world headquarters in Calabar, Cross River State of Nigeria. Our YouTube channel offers a variety of content that inspire, enlighten, and empower, and we post every day. So, be practical about what you believe, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to stay connected on the go. Do it now.
Oh yeah, our spiritual chorus of the year.
BCS Music.
Moses so good for you, you know to make them feel with you. I think I go to Baba see my son. It's see my son. Some see my son. You never see my son. Film boy see my son. Moses so good to keep up this no. Moses so can you get up a chef no. You do what I'm saying. Baby, make it Money come but me on me. A day man, a day for no. I feel we never see a friend who figure from me. Make a combi or a baby, make for go. Make a combi or a baby, my cocky bago. Make a combi or a baby, make it bago. Make a combi or a baby, my dog will be a mo. Make a combi or a baby, you get funny in a cameo. You get over Kurunero, but take it and do my men.
talked about the two general topics. Okay, what is the best way of how you can groom a child or train a child? And second is, what are the weirdest thing an African parent does that is so questionable? I talked about that on a segment with Ruth Obo, and I promise you that we'll be having interactive segment with two fellowships today. First, the Youth Fellowship, and second, the Children's Fellowship. And with me here is the Youth Fellowship representatives who's going to talk to us today. To my extended right, I have His Grace Joseph Johnson is the international co-chairman of the board of the fellowship and also the international grand patron. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you. And I say hi to all the glorious youth all over. I think we meet once again.
Is it true that Brotherhood of the Cross, they are all youth? You before shall remain a youth still.
Of course, when you are pure in heart and young in heart, you always remain a youth.
Okay. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, as you can see, he is not alone. He came with the Cross River State Chairman Youth Fellowship. That is his Bishop Azugo Awara. Am I correct? Yes. Awara. You're welcome, sir. How are you? How do you think Cross River State?
Well, by the Father grace, your work is stronger.
Okay. Okay, International Co-Chairman, tell us what's been going on in the Youth Fellowship these days?
Yeah, actually, in the name of the Lord, His Holiness,
Amen.
We now forevermore.
Amen.
You know, we first of all have to thank our glorious Father, our Divine Father, who is the author and finisher of our faith, who is the keeper of the youth. He is the one making the youth to be glorious youth all over the world today. And you see that 95% of the global problems are in the hands of the youth, propelled by the elders, the remaining 5%. So before you can talk about stability of the nation, then that means that nation has really taken care of the youth. Just like what our Father is doing in the kingdom, He has put so much emphasis on the empowerment of the youth, training of the youth. We have developed quite a lot of programs that will keep the youth busy, and we also take part in other international programs. For example, the last International Youth Day, which was on August 12th, we participated effectively with a very wonderful team. It was transforming food system, youth innovation for human and planetary health. The youth body in the BCS participated effectively globally. And as we go along, we have quite a lot of programs. We just concluded our Youth Week that we had an advocacy match, which was welcome. And in fact, Commissioner for Sport and Youth Development was in attendance in the Cross River State here. Even the Commissioner for Industry sent a representative. After we had visited him, he received us very well. The advocacy match was for us to put a signpost and to say no to all negative vices, no to abortion, no to rape, no to hoodlums, kidnapping, all kinds of negative vices, and then say yes to peace, love, stability, and then extension of hand, healthy hands, shared values to one another. So we had a lot of programs that are ongoing, which is quite elaborate. I believe as we go in the program, I keep mentioning them, because there are quite many. Like the OPOI program, that one, there's one partner, one youth program.
Okay.
We want to really expand that program to be a global program.
Okay.
To be a global program, one partner, one youth. Where you take on a partner, take on one youth, and send the youth, sponsor the youth on training, manpower development, skilled acquisition. Then you'll be responsible for training that child and make that child a worthy person in the society. Wow. And I believe if all the elders, the senators, the governors, the presidents would take one partner, one youth in their community and develop that youth will in turn, there is a value chain. There will be that value chain will expand to enhance the capability of the family unit to take care of themselves. Because you see what hunger causes in this world is too much.
Yes.
So we have a lot of issues that has to be tackled, because the world today, the classification of the youth in the world today. It is making problems to be unsolved because, like Nigeria, the Nigerian youth policy is saying the youth category is 18 to 29. But African Youth Charter is saying 15 to 35. And that's why you see, even those that are going like National Youth Service is reduced to ages below 30 years. And what about those that are even in school beyond 30 years with continuous strike?
I think they tend to fix their age in order to still serve the land.
No, people will go and be adjusting their age, you know, which is not proper. Just for them to fit in. Then the employment industries are not even helping matters. They will tell you they need young graduate between 25 to 30. And most of those people have not even finished their strike of 4 years in the university and so on and so forth. You know, so by the time they leave the university, they are above 30. So how do you fit in? The next thing you see is they join one cult group, carry arms, and then you that is even having a job, you can't sleep in your home. The elders don't sleep in their home because the youth don't have where to sleep. So the spiral effect is so much that it is only our Father that has really made us to understand that we must have a shared value for one another. Train the youth, and you eventually have trained the nation and bring peace to the world. In the name of blood, His holiness,
Amen. So, Your Grace, I'm going to take you back to where you made mention of saying no to rape, saying no to all those negative vices.
Yeah,
now, is this open to the world, or is just concentrated in BCS?
No, not at all. Our advocacy policy in the Youth Fellowship is open to the entire world. And that is why we involve the government agencies. We have gone to the Commissioner for Youth in Cross River State, we've gone to the Commissioner for Industry, who were well received. In fact, they participated in the advocacy march. They were there when we mounted our signpost during the Youth Fellowship, just concluded Youth Fellowship week, you know, with the Father. And it was a wonderful day. And they have a shared value with us that day. They even offered to give us opportunity to train our youth in that academy.
That's amazing.
This what do you call this academy along the highway, that fabrication academy. And they asked us to bring in the youth, and the training is free. You know, after that they will empower them as much as the government can assist. So we went to inspect the place. It was quite a fantastic outfit. So we are making a list of our youth that will be sent there for training and empowerment. So it's actually open to the whole world.
Okay, that's a good idea. It's open to the whole world. Okay, Bishop, I know that I'm really, really interested in this empowerment because I know if you look at 2021, we have unemployment as a big problem, you know, because of how the world is turning into naira. Dollar is eating naira up as the day progresses. So how is the empowerment scheme like? Is it once in a year, or once in 5 years, 10 years, or twice in a year? You know, to make sure that this empowerment goes, everyone has the opportunity to at least have one or two things going on in their lives.
The name of our Lord Master is holiness Amen. The power of our Lord Master is holiness Amen. Now, not forever.
Amen.
Dear brother, we thank our Father immensely for the viewers out there. You are highly welcome. This is a very important program that everybody need to key in for us to achieve. As a youth, we have so many things that we need to key in to develop the nation. Even in our kingdom today, you can see, as His Grace have already said, our Father is trying how to be the youth. Because, as he always says, the youth that care the future.
The future.
So, this OPE program that we are coming up as the youth is bringing up, like for the past some months, those who key in have been able to graduate, and during our youth week we were able to celebrate them, and also a certificate of this thing was given to them.
How many years were there?
We have, like in Bayelsa, I think that we have 4 or 5 youth under that OPE program, and they have already graduated. Then in other states, and we have
sorry, was it sponsored? Were they sponsored by the fellowship?
No,
individuals
came in.
Okay.
Yeah, we have individual sponsors.
Okay.
And that's why we really want people, the government, to also come in. We visited the Commissioner for Youth and Sport and the Commissioner for Industry for them to key in, so that it will be an open floor for everybody to come in and see how we develop our youth. It should not be maybe a kind of brotherhood thing. It should be an international program, so that when people come in, the development will be there. By then, we will know that when the youth have work to do, you see that the crime level will be reduced, and I think we will meet up to the standard of international level. That's what we are looking at. And as it stands now, we have the OPE program is still on.
Okay.
It's not specified, it's a continual program. It's not specified, maybe it's a 2 months, 6 months. No, it's a continual program as far as youth fellowship is concerned. That is why we are trying to see how we collaborate with the government, so that we make it an international program.
This OPE program, do you have to pay?
OPOY.
Okay.
One partner, one youth.
Oh, okay.
OPOY.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One partner, one youth. You take one partner, takes a youth, and sponsor on skill development and empowerment.
Okay.
You understand? If you want to train somebody on maybe auto engineering or automobile fabrication, hairdressing, tailoring, even what do you call generator repairers, and so on and so forth. Mechanic, we have all those categories. So you choose what profession, because see, what matters is that you really have to understand yourself and know what do you want to do, how do you want to go about it, who are you, and what do you think you can do, because everybody has a skill and in-depth talent. Except you tap on that talent, you will not know that that person has an in-depth talent. There's nobody without a talent and that is skillful. It is only when you harness that talent, tap on it, train it, harness it, harmonize it, rebuild it, rebrand it, then you see that you have already, made somebody to be whom God wants that person to be.
So, for example, if I want to partake in this
program,
how would it go? Is it that the fellowship chooses the people for the meantime, or is it like a registration, or I have to identify, because it's one partner, one youth, or I have to identify someone who I would love to train?
Yeah.
How does it go? I mean, for those people who are watching us from diverse states and they want to partake, how do you partake in this empowerment?
Okay, the first thing you do is you get in touch with the Secretariat of the Youth Fellowship and declare your interest. We have a list of participants that are willing to be trained already on file, listed. We screen them and know that they are ready for the program. Then we also go out there and look for sponsors who can sponsor their training. People get enlisted. Oh, Mr. ABC, Mr. Johnny wants to train somebody on a mechanic skill acquisition or hairdressing. Then we'll go to our profile and see who is ready for that training. We'll attach the partner to you, Or even if you want to bring the person, you say, I want to sponsor this person under your OPOY program. Please train the person for me. We'll assess the person and make sure that the person is ready for the program, because we don't want anybody to come in and he will not be serious with the program. Some can even come in and abandon the program, and that will be a slight of integrity on the fellowship. So we really need to screen you and know your sponsors, and then your guarantors that you are ready for the program. Then the fellowship goes out to pay for it through the sponsors, and then you participate in the program. You graduate, you get your certificate, then the empowerment will follow, and they set you up, and then you are in.
Okay,
that's not bad. But do you have an online platform that people can, go there to see what's happening?
Yeah, we do have an online, sure.
Some people may not have the opportunity to come down to.
No, we have online platform.
Okay.
Very effective one.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good one coming from the youth fellowship. I hope now you've stayed tuned. If you're watching and your sister is not here, please make sure you send this information to anybody who is not listening now, because I feel it's a very, very necessary, essential information to be given out to the world. That, like I said, nowadays the world is drifting to where we don't really know. But if you're self-empowered now, people are now CEO, self-entrepreneur, CEO, royal hair, CEO, whatever.
And they're doing well.
And they're doing well, CEO makeover, and they're doing well. So you can do well if you're self-employed. We all know that Baya is Cross River State this year. So how are youths in Cross River prepared for Baya?
Well, as far as the mantle I've been given to Cross River State, I will know our Father is the doer of everything.
Okay.
I sincerely believe that everything will come out successful, because I know if you check during the lockdown, many people have not been able to touch Cross River State being the headquarters of BCS.
Yeah.
And I know this is a very big opportunity for all over the world. I know they will be urging to see how they will come and see what is happening in Cross River State. But on our own side, youth we are prepared.
Okay.
We are fully prepared for Baya 2021 Cross River State. We are fully prepared.
Okay, wow.
Come September 13th.
Few weeks away from now. Okay, during the prefix of this program, we talked about parents, you know, the things they do that that really shocks us. And we all know that you are parents, though we know that most of these things are being anchored by mothers.
Yes.
But you as a father, you know, you've always been there in the house to see all those things. Like, for example, what we talked about, like you calling your child from the room to come out and answer present first before you say, okay, go and carry that bag for me. How do you see it? How can you stop these things from happening?
Do you really want to stop it from happening? Because that's
for
like
our
an
offspring.
That's an advocacy from the youth to the parent that they should stop it from happening.
You know, it's so weird.
Do you know that is a patience training cycle?
Oh.
Do you know that cycle of patience training cycle? How to make a child to be patient and tolerant.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
You have not assessed that angle first. Because when a child is not patient, you say, oh, why didn't you just tell me? Where are you rushing to in the house? To start with, you know. The thing is that go and hear the message. As a parent, you call your child who come, hear the message, go and execute the message. If you make a mistake, you don't have any reason to say, hey, daddy, mommy, you were telling me to pray. I did not hear it well, though. You know?
So the child should come before you.
Come and hear the message. Then go and execute the message. Don't make mistakes.
Okay, it's great. As a parent, what is the weirdest thing you've done to your child ever? And you as a father?
I just tell the child to sit down in that corner for maybe 30 minutes. Don't move.
That's the worst punishment.
You know, just sit down 30 minutes and then be praying, and then so that you can learn how to be patient. You know, I will not cane you, but just sit down there 30 minutes. Don't move, don't talk.
Wow.
You know? So by the time you get up from there, you know that if you make another mistake, another 30 minutes. So that inculcates a lot of discipline to children. These days, children, because of impatience, they make a lot of mistakes. Because of impatience, they join wrong groups. Because of impatience, they are misled by their peer groups and so on and so forth, you know. And the spiral negative effects cannot be quantified, you know. So there is no need making a child to always be in a hurry. When you are in a hurry, you hurry to make a mistake. It's like a driver wants to beat a traffic. Then you end up slamming the car. Then you are no longer in a hurry. Yes. The person that was patient following the traffic will pass you by and get to his there. You are still there. So where were you hurrying to?
Okay. That says it. Okay. So some of the things, just like His Grace has said, it's testing of patience, but to be frank, most of those things are really annoying. I mean, why did you just tell me that, okay, you want me to take your bag from the room? Or some of the things, sometimes we even tag it as laziness. You know, you're in the room and your mom calls you to come pick the remote that is just for her to just stretch and takes the remote. So As His Grace has said, it's testing of patience. Okay, all right, we've heard you. Stay tuned. Thank you very much, Youth Fellowship representing His Grace, Joseph Johnson, and Bishop Awara. Thank you for coming to our screen to talk to us. Youth out there, you know the Youth Empowerment Program, please partake in it because it is for your own good. You're still watching The Weekend Live. Stay tuned. As we go on a break, we'll be back. We have the children representatives here too, coming to talk to us on some of these matters, okay? So don't go nowhere. We're still here in the studio.
Would you be interested in a practical way to integrate your belief into your daily routine? You would? Well, we got you. My name is Celeste. I'd like to think I'm a very practical person, but still struggle to weave my belief into my daily routine. But not anymore. Starcross Television is BCS flagship station, broadcasting from our world headquarters in Calabar, Cross River State of Nigeria. Our YouTube channel offers a variety of content that inspire, enlighten, and empower, and we post every day. So, be practical about what you believe, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to stay connected on the go. Do it now.
I'm in Teganswano, I'm in Fungumo, Benny Boro, Kotoya, Winston, Swana, go to the Joyka, for a bass. One walking up to my bassy conference, Yakak Panico. I'm in Togambanga, I'm in Yarasuru, Yaga Pambio, Napkin, some of that when it comes with me. Many past spirit, many foot spirit, many camp spirit, bang it, 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 bang it. Bang it, 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 bang it. When it comes with me, oh no me. Loving God, merciful Father.
You are all I have. If I have any other, stay away from me, Father.
Away from me.
If I don't have you, fight all my battles for me.
In the day we will sing and dance your name like we don't care. In the night we will go to different altars, and pour liberation, make different sacrifices of goats, chicken and sheep. Even go to the riverside and bury life cow. Flee away from me, thou Holy Spirit, flee away from me, oh Father. But if my hands are clean, my heart is clean, my soul is pure, and my spirit is clean. Oh Lord, oh, fight all my battles for me.
This is an honest prayer. Honest prayer for every brotherhood child. Some people don't like it because they are involved. And they don't want the prayer to work on them. There are some work, so it's working miracle. If you sing it from a pure heart, it will work for you. It will scatter all your enemies.
Welcome back to the Weekend Live program with the CUCF, that's the Universal Children's Fellowship. You're welcome back. Sitting right beside me is the International President in the person of Her Eminence Anne Obora. You're welcome to the program, Peace of the Father.
Thank you.
And sitting right beside her is the Secretary of the GPRAP Nation in the person of Christ Ambassador Gifted Natus. Peace of the Father, and you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we go down to the interactive section, I would like to remind you that the phone line is open. You can also drop your message on our YouTube platform and we'll read it out to your listening pleasure. Once again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, still anchoring with is Embed Young Umoye, aka Emmy Pepper. She's here to sprinkle a little bit of pepper.
Okay, thank you very much for saying children. Okay, we have the children's fellowship here. I am very sure that the topic we were talking about, in fact, this is the fellowship that suits, because I've seen our mommy here, our mommy here, that we know that it's one of the problems that we are having weird experiences with some African parents. But mommy, before we enter the children's fellowship, I want to ask, one of the weirdest things our mothers do is, for example, we're in the room or upstairs, so lying down sleeping, and you call us from the room to come and carry remote that's in the parlor. I don't know why do mommies like doing that? You call us from our sleep to come and carry remote in the parlor. So I don't know. Is there any explanation to that? I don't know.
I think before I answer that, I think I'm a victim of that, or I'm fond of doing that as well as a mother. And I remember one time my second son said to me, he was upstairs in his room, I was downstairs watching TV, and I wanted a cup of water from the kitchen. And I called on him to come down. He came down from upstairs, you can imagine. And he came down and I said, please, can you get me a cup of water? And he looked at me and said, Mom, from the living room to the kitchen, you could have just gone, it's not far. I said, please give me water. You know, and he went and brought the water. And he had on the water and said, I said, thank you. Then he gave me water. So I think, I don't know, it's a natural thing. I would say that that is the way the Father has created us mothers. Okay. We do that all the time. There is nothing attached to it. It's just that maybe I would say we feel fulfilled to say, you know, our offsprings are helping us. Most especially when they are younger, you know, they can't give you any physical thing just now. So if it's the only thing they can offer us, fair enough, we'll enjoy it until they get to that level. When it comes to Mother's Day, you see khaki, you see holiday tickets, you know, you see iPhone and all of that. But before that, we can as well just, you know, make do with them.
Okay, before we go back to that, let's talk about Children's Fellowship. How's the Children's Fellowship been? I know that the last anniversary was the bomb, you know, the seminar and all the other things that the children has been doing. In fact, one of the best anniversary or the best events, if you're to look at, is the children, because the Children's Fellowship, they're always coming up with new things every single year. So how has it been with the children so far?
First of all, I'm grateful to our Most Holy Father for giving me the ability to serve the children in this capacity as the international president. It's not been easy. It's been a very tough one because I have been sitting begging the Father, please give me ideas. Let the ideas in me no finish so that we can continue to, you know, make it fun for the children. And I'm so grateful to the Father. The Father has never failed us. The Father has been with us from the very beginning, and the Father has been giving us ideas. Father has been using his children, not just me, the entire executives from the better level to the international level, immensely. They've been working really hard with the children to improve the children. We've done a lot with the children. The children have shocked us a lot as well, because we just did ACFAT, the first ever exam we did for ACFAT was the last Saturday of July and the first Sunday of this month. And I tell you of a truth, it was beautiful. The children, seeing the results, I tell you, we didn't even have, few children failed. Few children. I was so surprised that those children failed, because the questions was a bit tricky and the children did really well. That shows that the handlers are working really hard with the children, because they are the one that will, you know, give these children this knowledge, and they are really doing well. So Children's Fellowship at the moment is not easy, but it's easy at the same time with our Father.
Okay. That's good. Christ Ambassador Gifted, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, she has said everything. Thank you. We thank the Father immensely for the kind of leader he has given to us. He is the one leading in her stead, and all the ideas are coming directly from him. In fact, before now, some of the things that are happening in CUCF, if one would sit down to look at it, no one would have envisaged it to be like this. Children fellowship. You see the signs and wonders that the Father is doing. It's just like when Father said, I'm going to raise stones. So what humans ordinarily could not have fathomed, that's what Father is doing now. And so, like she has said, the fellowship is on the right path, and it is because our Father is the one in charge.
Exactly. Oh wow. Speaking still on that children, we are all kids. So I don't know, Mom, let me direct this question to you. How best can you say a mother or a parent should groom a child or train a child to come out a good individual in the society?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Like yesterday, that same question was thrown at us in the 144 parents meeting yesterday in the auditorium, when the parents came up and asked and said, oh, now you people say 144s, we shouldn't beat them, we shouldn't flog them. If a stubborn child, what will we do? And I said, by Father's grace, I answered the question. And I said to them that you don't necessarily need to beat a child for the to correct a child. There are 1,001 ways you can correct a child. As a parent, first thing first, we must show the children we love and cherish them. I like to be shown that I'm loved. If you show me you love me, you see the best part of me. Just like when you're married to a husband or whatever, he shows you love, he shows you care, you give him your best because you want him to show you more love. So the children are like that. When you show the children you love them, you cherish them, they are unique, they are beautiful, they are handsome. Trust me, those children will listen to you because then they will be building that relationship with you as their friend. And there's nothing, if your child do not see you as a parent, as their friend, you have failed as a parent.
That's very true.
So first thing, your children should see you as their friend. And when they see you as their friend, when you say to them, no, I told you, this telephone should remain here. You shouldn't move it. With a smile, not with a tone that they will look at you and say, oh boy, he get us a deal. But when you correct them with love, say, oh darling, remember, we talked about this, that this telephone shouldn't leave this table. Remember? Oh yes, Mom. That's it. You've just reminded them of what you've agreed on. As children, they will forget. You keep on reminding them. I remember even when I got married and started having children, my father was still looking after me. Because when I had my children in the UK, he came and bathed them. Because my physical mother wasn't there. That shows you, even if you are grown and married, you are still a child.
Yeah.
Do you understand? When he came, he still taught me. No, you don't carry the child like that. The neck, you won't break him. You hold him like that. No, when you are breastfeeding, you don't leave the breast like that in the mouth. You hold it. So he was still teaching me. Even on the minding that I'm married, I'm grown, I'm a big woman, I've had child or children, he still guides me, put me in the right direction. Even when I do something wrong, he still tells me, no, my child, that's not correct. That shows that as children, our parents will still keep on reminding us and teaching us and grooming us even till they die. You understand? So parents, the best thing is to be their friend first and correct them with love. I always say that, correct them with love. There are ways that you can correct a child, not by beating the child, not by telling the child, pick pin, do bicycle, crawl,
Sit on the wall.
stay there. All that doesn't work because I'm a living testimony. I have children. I have one of them that his head was hot. It just didn't work. I was beating him. Even in England, I said, don't beat. I was beating, hitting, cussing, doing. It didn't work until I turned back to our father and I said, Papa, this became, I don't know what to do. Father said, bring him. Father was the one telling him physically, use your mouth to confess. I'm a good boy. I will be a good boy. I want to be a good boy. And it worked. After that, Father said to me, correct him with love. He has changed. So after that, when I took him back, I wasn't shouting anymore because one of the issues was like, Mom shout too much. And then the teaching should shout. Let her shout. I don't care. Let her shout. Because when you start shouting, they say, okay, now shout you one edge. Okay, shout. Now beat you one beat. Okay, continue. But then I start reminding him, remember you said to the Father you'll be a good boy. He will look at me. You take a deep breath. You understand? I told Father I want to be a good man. And moreover, I don't want to go to Nigeria again. You know? So with that, me and him, we're best friends now.
Wow.
Every day we call, we chat. If we play like this on the phone, you think I'm talking to my husband. He'll call you, and the way he will talk, you enjoy. Oh, your voice, you sound stressed, Mom. Relax. Take these children things small, low. Calm down. But I would not finish. You know, so it's because of the love, and I've realized that they are my friends. I have to take them as my friends. They should be my first friends. I should correct them with love and teach them and groom them with love. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm just trying to do that as a parent. Not just even my biological children, even children around me. I have my siblings' children. They all call me Mom. I look after them the same way. I do what I do for my own children, for them as well, and I correct them with that same love and that same the ways of the Father. And I know by Father's grace He will change us all.
Okay. No wonder the children's fellowship are doing good.
Okay, talking about you being your child's best friend, how do you react when you see your child with his or her opposite sex?
As a friend.
As a friend.
Yeah.
Well, from where I'm coming from, it's not a problem.
Okay.
I know in this part of the world it's a problem for us. Yeah. Why? Because, like, for example, C.A. Gifted is my friend. We're very close. People, anywhere I am, is there. Why? Because we work better together, right? But you know, Brotherhood, not just Brotherhood. In society, Africa, people might start to read meaning to you being a friend to an opposite sex. Oh, is something happening? Is something not happening? Is our problem here, which I understand. I'm from here. It doesn't matter. I don't live here. But in the part of where I came from, friends, you can have opposite sex as friends without nothing attached. Right? Yeah. Like me, right from time when I was growing up, I don't think I have female friends. No female, as I am now, no female will come to you and say, I am Sister Patient's friend. When I mean friend. No, I don't have. I'm good with guys. I can air my problem like him. He knows me like the back of his palm. You understand me? I feel protected by a male friend than having a female friend.
Okay. Because
in the past, I have a problem with female friends being envious, jealous, and everything like that. You know what I mean? So I said, okay, if boys are not jealous, a boy, I don't mind.
Why don't I make them my friend?
You know what I mean? Yeah. So for where I'm coming from, I have a female child. She has a male friend. They chat on the phone. They do Snapchat. They do WhatsApp. They do all those things. I've not thought about that. Yeah. At all. I've not taught any negative. He's a friend because she goes to a mixed school. She's the only one in the house that said, I must go to a mixed school. I'm not going girls' school. I'm not doing that because the boys went to boys' schools. I'm not doing girls' school. I want to go to a mixed school. So she has friends that are opposite sex. I don't have a problem. The boys have friends that are opposite sex. I don't have a problem with that. No problem whatever because I just see them. They are friends. You can build friends with your opposite sex. It doesn't really matter. Because, well, maybe because they are still young. When they get to that age, you know, they will start to talk about it. This one that's coming every time. What's happening? Then they will start to, you know, Mom, we're nothing yet. Oh, there's something yet. But by the way, it might take a longer time because they are all three of them are all 144s. So again, I don't know when Father will be releasing them to start going to that area.
Okay, thank you very much. You've done justice to that question. Okay, last one from the Children's Fellowship PA. What are we expecting? Because we know that every year this student comes up with new things. So what are we looking forward to see from the Children's Fellowship?
That's a wonderful question. I would have thought that my president would have answered that, but like she rightly said, she's this leader that shares ideas with our followers. So we are always privileged to get some of these informations. You know, children, the Father has made it so that whenever it's our day, we have one surprise or the other. And this time, our Father, being a loving and wonderful Father, is going to surprise the world once again tomorrow by promoting universally in a grand style all the children who are officially 17.
Wow.
Yes, by tomorrow, you will see them across the entire world, all the Pentecostal centers where you have children that are graduating. Our Father is doing us that honor tomorrow. So that's one of the surprises that we will be having from our Father tomorrow. In the name of our Father, His Holiness Olumbo. And of course, Children's Day with the Father is always packed full with fun and blessings. And of course, tomorrow our Father will be there to bless us immensely. In the name of our Father, His Holiness Olumbo. So everyone should just get set for Children's Day tomorrow, now and forevermore.
I feel like I want to be 17 again.
Talking about promoting Sabbaths from the age of 17 out of the fellowship. You know, some children have already fallen in love with the fellowship. What happens if they don't want to go? If they still want to stay back and enjoy the love, you know, in the Sabbath fellowship?
In Children's Fellowship, one of the fellowship really that nobody wants to leave, to be honest, because they are being pampered from day one to even when they are 17. We are still pampering them, we're still begging them, we're still, you know what I mean? But what we've said in the promotional application form that we've given out to them to complete, there's a column there we say, do you want to be a handler? Okay. So for those of them that are still interested to stay with us, they can come back as handlers, being caregivers, mothers, or whatever. So we've given them that privilege to come back and work with us so that they can still be in the fellowship with us. We don't just want to send them completely out of the pew.
It would be nice.
Yeah, it will not be nice. So some of them are strict. They want to be handlers. They want to come back and teach. They want to come back and work with the children. They want to impact what they've learned for the last 17 years of their lives back to the children. And we're happy to bring them back. We're happy to have them. We're happy to work with them.
Okay, so for those of you who don't want to leave the fellowship, you can come back and share with the younger ones what you've learned so far. Wow, it's been very wonderful having you on set, especially the weirdest thing an African parent does to us.
We didn't hear anything from Natus.
What's my parent?
What would be your reaction?
No, we can ask you what is the weirdest thing your parents have done to you before.
Well, in fact, that is one thing that is always very funny, and it beats our imagination.
Okay.
You know, there was this particular day, we were all in the house. I was outside actually, and then my mom was inside. She was seeing a movie, and then I just heard my name, and then when I came in, say, "Give me your remote," and the remote was just there, and I was like, "This is your remote." Say, "Just give it to me and don't complain." And so I gave her the remote, and then she said, "Thank you." I went outside. The next thing, she's calling me again. Say, come. And then I came back, and then she was like, "Is this Stella Damascus?" On this, I was like, "Mom, you are the one that have been seeing this movie all this while." She said, "I think it's Stella Damascus. Thank you." You know, so it's something that gives them joy, and you see the smile on their faces when that is happening. So I think that's one of, I would say, the 8th wonder of the world, because God has made it so wonderful that our parents enjoy doing that.
Mostly the mothers.
It gives them so much joy.
Okay, all right, you heard from him. I don't know if you have your own experience, but I think it's a natural phenomenon. Nobody has an answer to that. They just they enjoy doing these things to us. Okay, all right, it's been wonderful having you on our set, our eminence, Anora, and you, Carson Pastor, Gifted Natus, coming to talk to us. Okay, tomorrow for children, so don't worry, you'll have a special package. Okay, so come out for your fellowship, and you'll have the surprise package for the people that are aged 17. Okay, we'll take a short break. When we're back, it's a wrap from here. So don't go nowhere. It is still Weekend Live.
Would you be interested in a practical way to integrate your belief into your daily routine? You would? Well, we got you. My name is Celeste. I'd like to think I'm a very practical person, but still struggle to weave my belief into my daily routine. But not anymore. Starcross Television is BCS flagship station, broadcasting from our world headquarters in Calabar, Cross River State of Nigeria. Our YouTube channel offers a variety of content that inspire, enlighten, and empower, and we post every day. So, be practical about what you believe, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to stay connected on the go. Do it now.
Having you. Stay tuned to the Weekend Live today, Saturday, having your fellowship and talking to the Children's Fellowship. It's also been wonderful having our guests on the show talking about the weirdest thing African parents do. From our eminence, I really love that.
And they admitted to it.
She actually do it. And His Grace also talked about, testing patience and all that. I believe that, okay, some of those things are just natural. Just bear with them, okay? They just love seeing your faces around.
They just love having you around them. We didn't talk about one thing.
What?
Borrowing money from your children and
promising
to return it.
Okay.
And then when it is time, you ask them if they've been eating. Where the food comes from and
Okay, we have so many words, what African parents do. Don't worry, this should be part 1. We'll come back with part 2 some other day. My name is Emidia Omoyo. I know for sure that you've enjoyed yourself. So look out for us next week, Saturday.
And I am Ruth Obu, aka Authentic Ruth. See you next time.
Have a wonderful Saturday evening. And make sure you go to church tomorrow.